This development demands for well-trained personnel. At Capacity Africa Training Institute, we have been leading the charge in changing Africa's fortunes. We are the leading development training company in Africa, offering institutional training solutions and online and distance learning in business, development and humanitarian courses. Over the last 10 years, we have trained over 10,000 staff from NGOs, governments and the United Nations in Africa. Our catalog consists of over 200 career-focused online courses to choose from, and registration for diploma and postgraduate courses is now open for the following courses. Postgraduate Diploma in Monitoring and Evaluation. Postgraduate Diploma in Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. Diploma in Community Development. Postgraduate Diploma in Strategic Planning and Management. Postgraduate Diploma in Grants Management. Diploma in Project Management. Diploma in Nutrition and Dietetics. Diploma in Gender and Development. Diploma in Leadership and Management. Diploma in Finance Management for NGOs, and many more. We have also partnered with the European International University to offer an executive MBA. Once you register, you will have access to our team of experienced trainers and specialist consultants who will guide you on your course whenever you need them. The cost for diploma courses is $800 while postgraduate courses cost $1,200. The cost of a one-year MBA course is €1,500. Visit www.capacityafrica.com for more information. Are you interested in building a career in the development and humanitarian sector? Then, Strategia Netherlands is the best option for you. We offer training solutions to the United Nations, governments, NGOs and other development organizations worldwide. Make your online application now for Diploma in Monitoring and Evaluation, Diploma in Grants Management, Diploma in Conflict Management, Diploma in Disaster Management, Diploma in Water, Sanitation and Hygiene, and many more. The cost for diploma courses is €800 while postgraduate courses cost €1,200. Visit www.strategianetherlands.nl for more information.
All right, can we start now, Nick? Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. Good morning, America. Good afternoon, good evening, India. Welcome to another webinar on fundraising. We thank you for creating time to join us. My name is John Karegwa. I'm the Training Director of Strategia Netherlands, and with 20 years of fundraising experience. Please indicate the chat room where you're logging in from so we know where you're coming in from. Take 1 second and indicate where you're logging in from. Hello.
We can hear you, John.
Nick, my mic is on muted. Unmuted. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, John.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello. Well, thank you very much for that. Please let us know where you're logging in from, indicate in the chat room so we know where you're coming from this afternoon, this morning, this evening. All right. I think there's no response. We can always do that later. Today, we are going to have a discussion on innovative strategies in fundraising, in line with the discussions we've been having for successful NGO fundraising and profit fundraising. And this morning, this evening, this afternoon, we have 3 guests. We have Mr. Scott, who is an affiliate, independent affiliate of Avazu. We have Jim Wagner, who's in charge of nonprofit in avazu.com. And we have Joanne Waminja of Stop TB Kenya, all experienced fundraisers, and they share, the experiences. You can see someone from Nairobi, Ghana, Uganda. Thank you very much. Keep telling us where you are logging in from. Liberia, thank you very much, Liberia. Welcome on board. South Africa, thank you very much, South Africa. Lots of participants from Africa. South Africa again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Scott from Avazu, who will then introduce Jim Wagner to take us through a session on what avazu.com is doing to support nonprofits in fundraising. After their presentations for about 30-40 minutes, then we'll take questions from the participants, and then we'll cover the next session. I can see Turkey, thank you very much. Palestine, Mozambique, Yemen, Uganda, South Sudan. Thank you very much for joining this session. You're in safe hands to learn more about fundraising and what needs to be done. Iraq, Spain, thank you very much. Spain, Ghana again, thank you very much. Kenya. So I invite Mr. Scott to actually Tanzania take charge, and then after that you can invite Jim to take us through the session. Thank you very much, guys, and let's have a productive session this afternoon. Thank you, Jim. Scott.
Okay, thank you very much, John, for that introduction. So it's my job here to introduce Jim Wagner. He's actually the Avazu Development Manager for the non-profit program, which we're going to talk in depth about today. He's a retired college professor, having spent 33 years working at a large university, and loved it. While there, he advised a lot of students and was the university's representative on the college board for SAT, and he was a long-time member of the Southeastern Testing Association, including serving time as president. His biggest pleasure was the ability to help people. Before he became a college professor, he worked as a house parent and program director at a place called Teen Ranch, which was a non-profit placement facility for 70 teenage boys. He also worked in the insurance industry in both claims and sales, and was vice president of a solar company while living in California. He has a master's degree in counseling and has also assisted some of his colleagues in preparing their doctoral level dissertations. He is active in his church, serving as a deacon usher and a group leader, among other things. So over to you, Jim.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, John. Appreciate the opportunity for us to share this. Let me take a second here and share my screen so that we can. Okay, you all see my Avazu logo there? Okay.
Yep, we're there, Jim, yeah.
So we're good to go. Okay. Again, it's hard to say whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. It's morning here where I am. But I know you guys are at different parts of the times of the day and from different parts of the country. And wherever you are, thank you for joining us. And I appreciate it. And thank you, Scott, for the introduction. And let's get started, because I want to make sure that we have enough time to cover everything and still be able to, hang on just a second. I gotta get to the point where I can, there we go. Okay. All right, so Avazu, we're the home of the $1 billion raffle. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about that in just a minute. But first of all, let me do a little bit of rules or regulation, some requests. First of all, eliminate distractions. Obviously, you wouldn't be here if you weren't interested, but try to keep distractions to a minimum so you can because some of the stuff that I'm going to present to you is going to be different. It's unique. It's something you probably have never seen before, and so therefore I'm going to ask you to think outside the box. Think about what you can do with some of the ideas that I'm going to present in using your own personal fundraising programs. But then I want you to dream as well. I want you to dream, what can we do if we didn't have to worry about all the main problems that that most charities and nonprofits or NGOs have to deal with? Okay, so again, this is just a little bit again about myself. I'm a retired college professor. Most important thing, I enjoy helping people, and because of my background, people at Avisu came to me and asked me to if I'd be interested in working with them in a new and innovative approach to philanthropy. I said, okay, well, tell me a little more about it. And they said, well, we're going to raise $3.5 billion in the next year for charities and nonprofits. And I thought, wow, imagine what you can do with $3.5 billion in a, in an emergency situation, or in a time when it's really needed. But then I got to thinking, well, there's some questions, and so I'm sure you guys have some questions as well. It's a lot of money to raise in a short amount of time. So some of the questions that I had, and I'm sure you're going to have some questions as well. But let me just ask you this: why are you here tonight or today? First of all, let me show you this. These are some pictures that you can I'm sure you can relate on. Some of you have goals and aspirations to work with some of these here, and I could probably show you many more. And I'm sure most of you have goals, and all of you have goals and missions, and most of those include helping people and making the world a better place. Well, that's our philosophy as well, and that's what I want to share with you. That's why we want to be here, to be able to help you. And but first of all, let's look at some of the challenges that many nonprofits face, because there's a lot of them. How many of you can relate to these? First of all, money. We just mentioned money is one of the biggest problems that nonprofits face. Volunteers. The old 80-20 rule usually takes effect. 80% of the work is done by 20% of the people. So could you get more volunteers? How about financial supporters? That would probably take care of both of those aspects, but it's a little different. Better fundraising programs. Sometimes you need something new, something innovative, and you want something that's going to be more than just a one-time gift. How about sources of major donations? If you needed, let's say, $25,000, now $25,000 may not mean a lot to some organizations, but others, that may be a good part of their budget. But do you know where you can get that kind of money? How about more exposure for your organization? All those and probably more are difficult things that nonprofits and NGOs will face in today's society. And so I'd be very surprised if you can't relate to these and maybe many more. But first of all, before I go into any further, let me tell you a little bit about Avisu. We call ourselves a game changer for philanthropy. And I have a video here, and just give me a second, it'll pop up here. And at least there it is. Okay. I'm going to show you this video. It's about 3 minutes long, and it gives you an overview of what Avisu is and what we're trying to do in the world today. So here we go.
Hello, and thank you for wanting to find out more information about this new philanthropy program designed to raise money for worldwide causes. That's right, whether it is third world countries' infrastructure, or worldwide on humanitarian causes like the recent coronavirus pandemic, or worldwide charitable organizations struggling because of lack of funds. We know, with your support by purchasing a raffle ticket, we will be able to help all these and a lot more. And guess what? You could be rewarded in more ways than one, not only with the satisfaction of helping others, but by become one of the 16 million plus lucky winners. You may even be the winner of the grand prize of $1 billion while doing your part to make a change to the world. It has taken more than a decade to accomplish this humongous task. However, we are very excited and proud knowing that we have developed an ATM machine for worldwide causes and charitable organizations. In fact, we are convinced that in the years to come we will change the way people think about philanthropy. We at Avizu are so excited that I'm going to say it again, this is a game changer. No one else in the world has ever come up with a fun and simple game like this, that people can enjoy and win big money, at the same time making a donation to a cause. Think about it, first prize is $1 billion, and if you are unfortunate and only get second prize, that's $1 million each for 100 individuals. Oh, and by the way, over 16 million other prizes, that's a 1 in 3 chance of winning a cash prize. Yes, you heard that right, over 16 million winners, plus a $1 billion winner. Wow! The biggest prize ever, and at the same time, making donations to charitable organizations. Avizu is the first and only billion-dollar raffle, with a 1 in 3 chance of winning a cash prize. So purchase your ticket now before they run out, as there are only 50 million raffle tickets available worldwide. Think about it, everyone will want a chance to win $1 billion, and then knowing that 70% of your raffle ticket fee is going towards a great charitable cause and prizes. That makes it an absolute no-brainer. This is not a lottery, it's a raffle, just like a church raffle. Avizu is the only raffle in the world to provide 70% of the proceeds to charitable organizations and prizes. All the money will be held in an escrow account, and overseen by independent certified auditing companies, so that every penny is divided up fairly and accurately. When the raffle is completed, the money will be distributed to the charities by the Philanthropy Board. All charities are open for consideration by the Avizu Philanthropy Board. From the smallest church group who may be helping rebuild after an earthquake, to the largest well-known charities in the world, who just need more help. Everyone can apply for financial assistance. Avizu is changing the world one charity at a time, and the way people think about philanthropy. By relying on people who want to win big money, and at the same time, supporting charities, we believe Avizu is the greatest fundraiser ever conceived. Avizu is the ATM machine of the world for charitable needs and causes. Together, we can change the world. Be sure to read more on our website, and click on our other links to find out more about the Avizu raffle.
Okay, so that gives you a general idea of what our program is about. But let me tie this together a little bit. How do you relate a raffle to fundraising? And I think you saw it on there, but let me show you the true reason for the raffle. First of all, we don't believe in gambling, but we did want the excitement that a lottery, which is gambling, does have. If you watched a lottery, and especially when the prizes get big, when the prizes get big, people spend more money trying to win it. So we're using the raffle as a means to an end. Our end and ultimate goal is to help charities and nonprofits and people in need of help during a disaster, so that we can be there for them when they need it the most. So our prize again is as big as it can get, $1 billion, and it's not like a lottery where you have to share it, or you have to, if the numbers don't come up and they have to, you throw your tickets away and you got to do it again. This raffle will have a winner. There will be a winner of first place, $1 billion, and the odds again are 1 in 3 of winning a cash prize. It doesn't get much better than that. Nobody can purchase more than one ticket, which is very interesting. And I'm going to have Scott talk about our ticket sales in a minute. Then also, excuse me a second. Even with only one person and only 50 million tickets, they're going to sell out quickly, because who wouldn't want a chance to win $1 billion or even $1 million if you happen to come in second place? So again, 70% of all the funds raised go into a separate escrow account for prizes and donation. That's very important, because we know the money's going to be there, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later. Again, this is going to allow us to become an ATM machine for disaster relief and charities around the world, so that when there's a problem, when money is needed, we're going to be there to supply it. But it's not. Anyway, our ultimate goal is we want to help you. That's bottom line what we're going to try to do. And it's not just money. Okay, there's other things that we're going to be doing for you. But as you think of this raffle, I want you to think of it like a church raffle, but it's on a much larger scale. And so it's, again, don't think of this as gambling, but think of this as an opportunity to help a cause. And that's the main reason that I got involved with Avizu, because I see the cause, I know the need, and I think you guys see the same thing as well. So we do have a small glitch in certain countries, and I'll explain this in a minute. This is the glitch. This is a novel program, and there's not yet a raffle license of this magnitude in a lot of places, including the United States and some countries in Europe and South Africa and that sort of thing. So we can't sell tickets in those countries. Other countries we can sell tickets. The countries that sounded like when John was announcing them before, most of those are countries where we can sell tickets, which is great. But we also have a way to work with countries that cannot sell tickets because they can be given away. And so how does this help your organization? Let's try to tie this together here. Well, first of all, we're going to offer immediate help. First thing we're going to do is for qualified nonprofits, and I'll talk about qualifications in a second, we're going to give free raffle tickets, free. They're yours to use in, well, first of all, the number you get depends on the size of your organization. Obviously, larger ones are going to get more tickets than others. But you can use them in your personal fundraising programs. Remember, they can't be sold individually. But what you can do is you can attach them to another item that can be sold. For instance, let's say you're selling T-shirts to raise money for, I'm just pulling something off the wall here. Let's say you're raising money to try to raise money for building wells in Africa, and you have T-shirts that you're selling. Well, you can attach a raffle ticket to a T-shirt, which is going to make that T-shirt a whole lot more valuable than it would be if it was just a T-shirt. And you can sell, you can give the tickets away that way, or sell them along as it's part of another item that is being sold. The important thing to remember here, though, and all the money that you raise is yours to keep. So let me just show you the different programs that we have. We have actually 5 of them. A and B are for smaller organizations. C and D are for larger. D and E are for larger. C is in the middle. And so let's look at that. And we're looking at annual donations. This group, we're looking for $500,000 or more. Not that we want that money, but that's what we're looking for as a baseline. See that all these are based on computer. The computer will look at your application and determine which of these packages you're going to qualify for. And we're looking for presence in 25 to 50 countries, an online presence with social media, and a website, obviously. And for any organization that qualifies for this package is going to get 1,500 free tickets. That's a $30,000 value. Remember, I asked you if you knew where you could get $25,000? Well, if your organization falls into this category, you qualify. Now, you may be looking at these and saying, well, we don't qualify for any of these. Don't worry. Even if you don't get free tickets, we want you in our system so that we can get to know you. We can look at what you're trying to do. And so when a situation comes up and you need money, you can put in a grant to our Philanthropy Board, and we'll already have information on file for you. And we'll be able to expedite a grant request much easier than if you're just coming to us without any other opportunity to get to know you. So anyway, these are the packages, and I'll explain how you can see if you qualify for these in a little bit. But another way that we're going to help your organization, that way is kind of it's nice. It's going to bring some money in, but it's not the large amount of money that sometimes can come. But we have a way that we can help you in a big way. How would you like to be rewarded in a big way if any of the tickets that your organization gives away turns out to be the winner of one of the top 4 prizes? Well, let's look at the top 4 prizes. Obviously, the first one is $1 billion. The second one is not bad. Can you relate to winning $1 million? We're going to have $100 million winners. Just think about that. $100 million winners when we have our drawing. Our third place prize, again, not bad, 500,000, $500,000. And fourth place, again, 100,000. We're going to have 500 of those. So your organization has a chance, a 700 chance to win one of those 4 prizes. And if you give away one of the tickets, any of those tickets that win those prizes, this is what you're going to get. If you happen to give away the 4th place winning ticket, we're going to give you a winning donation of $25,000. 3rd place, the $500,000 winner, you get $50,000. 2nd place, the $1 million winner. I'm sorry, the one. I'm sorry, I got confused. It's early in the morning here. If you give away the $1 million ticket, we're going to give you $100,000. And if you happen to give away the grand prize, the $1 billion ticket, what do you think we're going to give you there? Well, you might be thinking, well, it sounds like we might get $1 million. Well, think a little bit more, because if you give away the grand prize, we're going to give you a $5 million winning donation. So remember I said to dream? Just dream of what it would be like if you were able to give away and earn and get this type of money. So we have a way of also helping people get additional opportunities to have the winning ticket. We have an app that is downloadable, and on this app we give our players an opportunity to get free entries. Now, a free entry is this. Since you can only buy 1 ticket, that's the only ticket you can have. And again, Scott's going to talk a little bit more about this in a few minutes. But the free entries are they are the same ticket number. So let's say your ticket number is 1, 2, 3, 4. A free entry would be tickets 1, 2 with the number 1, 2, 3, 4 on it in the hopper multiple times. So we have opportunity. Matter of fact, we have some people who are already in our group who have earned several thousand free entries. That means the probability that their ticket is going to be pulled is much greater than someone who just has 1 ticket, which means that there's going to be an opportunity for them to gain those additional entries and have a better opportunity, even though the odds still remain 1 in 3, because the numbers don't change. It's just that there's more of those numbers in there. And these free entries can come in a number of different ways, one of which is visiting our sponsors, and we'll talk about that in a minute too. Another one is organizations that, like yours, you can offer free entries to ticket holders for doing volunteer work at your organization. So we're going to turn the greed of trying to get additional free entries into good deeds. And you can, we'll work with you on this as you go through and help you to set up a program to help you to maximize these free entries as you go through. So we also have some additional help, and this is a novel program here too. We call it our round robin, and I'm going to show you another short video that explains it and come back and explains a little bit more about this program.
In this video, we would like to explain the Avizu Round Robin program and how it works, so you fully understand how beneficial it is for you to earn your spot into the free program. So how exactly does the Round Robin work? It's actually very easy, so let me explain. Think about the Round Robin as a wheel that continuously rotates, with a funnel dropping Avizu ticket holders into your winning line when it's your turn in the rotation. These ticket holders who purchase their raffle ticket through the Avizu website, without using another member's referral code or link, are referred to as orphans. As each new raffle ticket is sold through the website, The person purchasing the ticket becomes an orphan and needs to be added to another member's winning line in the round robin. Be sure to read the Avazu website and watch our YouTube videos to understand what it takes to qualify and be added to the round robin. If you happen to be fortunate enough to qualify for the round robin through one of our promotional programs, you could potentially have hundreds, or maybe even thousands of orphans added to your winning line each time the rotation comes to you. The best part about having as many orphans as possible added to your winning line is that each of them becomes a direct sale for you, in which you receive a 10% sales commission for the raffle ticket that each of them purchase. This could potentially lead to hundreds, or possibly thousands of dollars in sales commissions for you, depending on how many orphans you qualify for each time the rotation comes to you. There will be millions of people who purchase their raffle ticket through the Avazu website and become an orphan, that in turn, will need to be distributed to members who are in the round robin. So why not be a part of this incredible free program that Avazu has designed for our valuable and loyal members? As amazing as that all sounds, don't forget that every orphan you earn in your winning line gives you another chance at potentially winning a large referral cash bonus in the raffle as well. How? Well, let's say the grand prize $1 billion winner of the raffle is one of the orphan ticket holders that got added to your winning line. You instantly win a $1 million referral bonus. That's right. Now let's say one of the second place prize winners of $1 million each is in your winning line as well. You instantly win another $100,000 referral bonus. And guess what? Since there are 100 ticket holders that will win the second place prize of $1 million each, you could win that referral bonus multiple times, if multiple orphans in your winning line win the prize. This free program is a no-brainer, and a win-win for you. Our program is very unique and has never been thought of before, so you have the opportunity to get involved right now, at the very start. Be sure to visit the Avazu website and the CRC, as well as our YouTube channel, so you can learn more about how to join us on our mission and earn your spot in the free round robin program today. Thank you, and God bless.
Okay. Okay, let me go into a little more detail about the round robin. This is probably one of the most exciting parts of what we do, is this round robin, because we're anticipating, with, like I mentioned before, we're going to be selling 50 million tickets to the raffle. Of those 50 million, we're anticipating that probably at least 30 million of them are going to come in as orphans. 30 million is a lot of people. Now, we're not going to have that many people in the round robin, but you have an opportunity to be part of this, and here's how. All accepted nonprofits and charities will be added to the round robin immediately. No other qualification. If you're an accepted charity or nonprofit, you get added to the round robin, which means that you're going to get a lot of orphans dropped into your line. Every one of them is a commissionable event, because they purchased a ticket, and whatever that ticket amount is, and again, Scott's going to talk about that in a minute. But anyway, that's a commissionable event for you. We have other programs that will increase, that we're increasing ticket sales. We call it our VIP and our influencer program. Scott's going to touch on that a little bit too. You may be interested in being involved in one of those. But here's a couple of interesting things. Number one, and the video, it said that anybody who comes in as an individual gets the bonus for giving away the winning ticket for two levels, the $1 billion winner and the $1 million winner. However, nonprofits and charities get rewarded for 4 levels, like I mentioned before. So in addition to the 100,000, I mean the billion and the million, you also, if any of those orphans win the $500,000 or the 100,000, again, you're going to get that bonus. So you have many, many more chances of getting a bonus for giving away one of those tickets. This is going to continue for the next 11 raffles. So once you're in our organization as a charity and you're part of the round robin, and any of those orphans win a ticket, you're going to get that donation. So when you look at $3.6 billion that we're going to raise for charity and nonprofits, remember, that's going to be multiplied by 11, because we're going to do 11 more raffles. Now, they're not going to be all at the, together, eventually we're going to be doing one a month. Right now, next year, probably we're going to do 4 and eventually grow into 11. But then the big thing is on the 12th one, and I'll talk about this in a minute, we have our what we call our D-Day raffle, and I'll talk about that, but that's a huge one. However, entry into the round robin is only open for a limited time. So you want to make sure that you get yourself qualified in our program and get into the round robin and start collecting some of those orphans as ticket sales begin. Okay, so there's some other ways that we can help you. Number one, even after the raffle, we're going to offer your organization a link to our website, to your website, and you'll be listed among those who can benefit from the $3 billion that we raise for charity. Again, this is just the first raffle. We're eventually going to have one a month. The last one, the D-Day raffle, is the big one. If you think $1 billion is incredible, can you imagine what first prize of $5 billion is going to be? I mean, people will be falling all over themselves to get a ticket to try to win $5 billion. Just think about that and dream about that. And they haven't indicated yet to us what the donations are going to be for organizations that give away that prize. But I'm sure the rest of those things are going to fall in place, and it's going to be a huge payday for a lot of people when we do that D-Day raffle. So you might be saying, well, there's got to be a cost to this, right? I mean, you're not going to do all this for free, are you? Well, yes, we are. We're going to do this gladly at no cost to you for 2 reasons. Number one, we're not looking to make money from you. We're looking to make money for you. And that's why we're here. We're trying to assist nonprofits and charities in their missions and goals. So why are we doing this? So there's a couple of reasons. Number one, we need some help. First of all, we need you to spread the word about the raffle. You can do this in a number of ways, but mostly your international contact. Now, most of you are international. And if you are in a country where you can sell tickets, obviously you're going to sell tickets. And again, they're commissionable. You sell a ticket, whatever the ticket cost is, and you're going to get a 10% commission off the sale of that ticket. You can do this through your newsletters. You can any social media, so any kind of social media, but any way you communicate with your mailing list and people in your country, get the word out. Put the information about the raffle on your website. You just get the word out for us so we can sell tickets. And if you help us with this, we'll say thank you by giving you commissions and then donations down the road if they turn out to be one of the winning numbers. So you might say, well, how are you so confident that you can make this happen? Well, there's a couple of things. Number one, we have excellent leadership, and I'm going to go through this briefly. Number two, the money will be there. And number three, we have a plan. Now, I'm going to go through the rest of this pretty quickly. So because of I want to respect your time and get this back to John and Scott. But let me just show you our leadership so that you can see that we have incredible people working to help make this happen. Dr. Hans Reinisch is our chairman. He's been a CEO and in executive positions for over 20 years in all around the world. You may have seen him or heard him. He's very well connected with celebrities. And one of the ways we're going to advertise this down the road is celebrity endorsements. We've got celebrities that we're lining them up right now to do endorsements for us and programs, advertisements, commercials, so that we can spread the word quicker that way as well. But he's been doing this. He also has a degree in finance, so he's well trained, well connected, a perfect person for the face of Avisu. But it doesn't stop there. This is our management team. We have a board of directors. Gigi Rodriguez is Desilio Rodriguez. His name he goes by Gigi. He's the chairman, and he's the president of the Cagayan Gaming Association, has been that for a number of years, and very familiar with all kinds of gaming, both online and land-based. And he was the one that was very influential in helping us to get the only Raffle license in the world today. Now there may be more since we've gotten this one, but we have a license to be able to operate a raffle. We also have an attorney. His name is Zeus Labrojo, and brilliant legal mind. He's in all aspects of the law. The driving force of our organization is our COO. His name is Dave Cutler. He was the founder of this and the driving force for when we started when this started. And it's been quite some time, because this is a heavily regulated industry. And anytime you do any kind of change, or you want to do something a little different, you have to go through a regulator, and they have to approve it. And it takes time. And if they don't approve it, then you have to go back to the drawing board again. And so this has been a long process. But right now, we are at the doorstep. I mean, literally at the doorstep. Sometime before the end of the month, we are more than likely going to be opening for business, selling tickets and so forth. So we're ready to go. The rest of those around the outside, I'm not going to go into those by name, but if you're interested in checking out them, I will tell you this. Each one of us has our own niche that we deal with, and together we work as a team to make this what it is. And it's the greatest fundraising program, philanthropy program in the world today. And so if you're interested in going back to anything that I talked about, we have a YouTube channel, we have our own webpage, and there's all kinds of press releases that you can see, and which indicate some of the things that we're doing as well. Finally, we have a philanthropy board. This is done by, headed up by Gerald McKeon and Joyce Brooks, who are the directors and publishers of Black Tie International Magazine, which is one of the largest fundraising organizations in the world. And they do an incredible job, and they feature us right at the top of their webpage. We have an incredible relationship with them, and they're the ones that are going to get the money that comes in from escrow and distribute it around the world. So that's our leadership. We also have we know the money's going to be there. Ticket sales alone are going to bring in $7.5 billion, and bottom line is over $3.5 billion is going to be designed for disaster relief and charity. And you can see down here, I'm not going to go into this. If this is on our website, if you want to look at this, we're not going to hide anything. We're going to tell you exactly what we're going to do with it. And it's there, but we know the money's going to be there, and that's just from ticket sales. Now we have another source of revenue too. It's called our corporate sponsorship program. Now this is where I'm going to let Scott take over and let him talk about this and a couple of other things. So Scott.
Yeah. Okay, thanks very much, Jim. Yes, so we wanted to make sure that you were aware of all the different aspects of Abazu, as well as the non-profit. And of course, as a non-profit, you still might have contact to large companies that might want to sponsor Abazu. And some of the benefits are here. So it's limited to 200 sponsors, so there's not going to be a huge amount. There are easy payment terms, and there are 4 packages from $75,000 up to the top one, which would be $1 million. So it depends on the size of the company as to which sponsorship package they would choose. But the easy payment methods are for the lowest package. It would be spread over 2 months, and it's not all cash. It's half cash and half products or services. So they don't have to actually come up with a huge amount of cash. It's split between cash and products and services, and it's spread over 2 months for the first package and over 5 months for the bigger packages. So that's for the package in the easy terms. free raffle tickets for customers. So again, with the Abazoo app, they have the opportunity to get the free tickets, and also the sponsors will be on the app. And by engaging with the sponsors and buying some of their services and products, they can actually get more free tickets. So it also introduces a lot more customers, because the 50 million tickets, eventually there's going to be millions of people on the app, using the app and seeing the sponsors. And it's excellent advertising for the company. So a booth will be available for them during the event draw as well. And the premium and elite sponsors, which is the two higher packages, would probably be on stage and drawing with the celebrities some of the major prizes. And they also, if again the winning ticket comes from any of the tickets that they've been responsible for, a bonus to them will be $1 million if any of their customers wins the grand prize. Some of the sponsors we already have in place are McDonald's, Delta Airlines, Subway, Red Cross, Oxfam, and Holiday Inn, to name but a few. I'd just like to share my screen now. If you could take that one off, Jim. So, okay, great. Okay, so this is a little bit more information. So how can your company benefit sponsoring with us? As one of only 200 worldwide corporate sponsors per raffle, your company will be in an exclusive group that aligns with Abazoo's vision of helping others around the world. Your company will gain worldwide exposure through your sponsorship with Abazoo and the $1 billion raffle, which will be televised around the world. You will be able to showcase new products through our app with millions of participating app users, build brand loyalty, increase your visibility on a global scale, and be known as a company that truly believes in corporate responsibility. Elite and ultimate package sponsors will take center stage with a celebrity to draw one or more $1 million winners. And depending on your level of participation as a sponsor, you may be the company on stage that picks the winning ticket for the $1 billion grand prize winner. If the winners of the top two cash prize levels are from allocated batch of promotional tickets, your company will receive a large cash bonus as follows. So the top prize, the $1 billion ticket, you would receive a $1 million bonus. For any of the $100 million winner tickets, you would receive a $100,000 bonus. And as an elite sponsor, you will join Abazoo in presenting a $250,000 donation in your company's name to the Abazoo approved charity of your choice. So tremendous opportunity for large companies. Again, you might not be particularly here at the moment, but maybe you have contacts to CEOs or directors of large companies, and you could perhaps introduce them to Abazoo. Okay, let me just go. There's one other aspect to our Abazoo, or two actually. We have, let me just change this one first. Stop sharing that one. We have, obviously for individuals, there's actually 5 different entry levels, and depending on which level you come in at will depend on what benefits there are. So the $20 level is the lowest level, and basically at that level you only get entry to the $1 billion raffle. There's no extra monthly bonuses, and no entry to the 12th raffle, which is a D-Day raffle of $5 billion. So that's the $20 ticket. The $50 is a similar, but you do get access to the monthly bonuses, which, as Jim mentioned, could be a cruise or a Rolex watch or something of that nature. But again, you don't get access to the $5 billion entry. With the $100 VIP ticket, which is the one we expect most people to aim for, you will obviously get the entry to the $1 billion prize. You also get 9 free tickets along with the one that you purchased, so you'll actually have 10 in the draw. And also you get access to the monthly bonuses and a one entry into the $5 billion D-Day raffle. There are two other levels, and these are really for groups. We call the next level, the fourth level, the syndicate level. This ticket costs $1,500, and you need to have at least 10 people up to 25 people in your syndicate. They can be friends or family, colleagues at work. That doesn't necessarily have to be a corporate one. That's the fourth level. And then the fifth level is our corporate level, which has to be paid for by the company. That's $2,500. And there you need to have 25 members up to 100. No, up to 250, isn't it? Sorry,
Yeah,
got
yes.
that wrong. It's up to 250. So those are all the levels. And then the only other thing, which I'll just quickly share a screen for, is our retailers. We're looking for people that have outlets. They must have at least 5 outlets or turn over $100,000 in a 2-week cycle. That's the only qualification. But we're looking for retail outlets to partner with us at Abazoo and become part of history. We're selling the 50 million tickets available for sale worldwide, and they can help us do that. Plus, we are limiting the number of associate partnerships available around the world to help you increase your ticket sales, which makes this an amazing opportunity right now. So we're making it very easy. You don't even need to collect any cash or distribute any tickets. No money will be exchanged. All tickets will be sold and processed digitally using a QR code with your very own personal link to each individual retail outlet. All you need to do is post your QR code at the register, counters, tables, rooms, windows, gas pumps, depending on what kind of retail outlet you are. Then your customers just scan your QR code to sign up and purchase their Abazoo $1 billion raffle ticket. In return, you receive 5% of the direct ticket sales. As we've already said, the ticket prices are $20, $50, $100, $1,500, and $2,500. All marketing materials designed with your name and unique QR code needs to be approved by Abazoo, and they are available for purchase at a minimal cost. And it's that simple. Okay, so back to you, Jim, just to finish off.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Good job. Appreciate you sharing that. Let me go back and share my screen here again. Am I back again?
It's coming, I think, yes.
Okay. All right. So that sponsorship program and those extra things there are just incredible. I encourage you to look at them because an opportunity for not just your organization, but you individually, where you can possibly win a big prize as well. So, okay. How about our plan? This has been over a decade in preparation. Like I said, we've had a number of different, not problems, but just things that we had, hurdles that we had to overcome because of the regulations that are involved. But everything that you see on here has been completed. I'm not going to go through this. This is on our YouTube channel, and you can check that out on our website. This has all been completed. We a couple things, and this is a month old now, and most of these things are already done, and we're ready to go. Everything is in place right now that we can launch. So it's ready. So what do we do from here? Well, I'd ask you to do your due diligence first. I gave you a lot of information. Check it out. Do a Google search for Abazoo. Check out our YouTube channel. We don't hold anything back. We're not trying to hold anything back from anybody. We want to share with you everything that we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. And so check us out, do your due diligence, and then in doing your due diligence, you're going to see some things. And I'm just going to go through this real briefly so that you can see what's out there. First of all, you're going to see our legal opinions. You're going to see samples of our press releases and who's done them. We have live webinars and training where we'll be working with our people to help them to be able to do this in the right way. We have an organic word-of-mouth advertising, and that's where you come in. You're going to help us with the word-of-mouth advertising, and it's been phenomenal so far. It's given us a global outreach with zero marketing costs. I mean, that's unbelievable. but it's working, and that's why we're working with you, and we want to help you because you in turn can help us with this project here. We have a proprietary platform. I always say, don't ask me to explain this, but people who know these platforms tell me this is one of the best they've ever seen. So again, check it out if you have any questions. You also have an admin dashboard. You need to know where you're at with your ticket sales and ticket purchases and ticket giveaways. It's there. It's going to show you where you're at. Also, we have a great social platform for our group. It's called our Communication Resource Center, CRC. It's like our own personal Facebook, and all kinds of games and postings that we get on there. And it's an amazing site. It's where we keep all our information. If you want to update it on what's going on to Avizu, you just go to our CRC. It also emphasizes our slogan, one cause, one love. Again, we're here to help you. We want to be there for you. And our goal is to help you raise money, not to take money from you. Also, you're going to, oops, let me go back. You're going to see that there's no comparison to our raffle. We compare it to the lotteries that are out there, what the odds are, the ticket prices, and so forth. And we also talk in length about how a raffle is different from a lottery. I alluded to most of this, but you can see it spelled out very, very specifically. You'll see why we're a philanthropic game changer. This talks about what you saw in the video and how we're helping people and what we're trying to do. So what's next? Well, first of all, again, do your due diligence, do your search, but then as soon as you do that, go to this website, avizu.com/nonprofit. When you're there, you'll fill out and submit the nonprofit program application. Once you submit that, you'll see the computer will look at it and say, okay, thank you, and you qualify, and these are the number of tickets that you're going to get. Once you are qualified, you'll be assisted by one of our staff in getting started. We'll work with you to design our program to integrate it with yours so that you can multiply what you're already doing. Now note, this is important. Although we've allocated millions of promotional tickets, they're not unlimited. The nonprofit program ends when the last ticket is allocated. So don't delay on this. We want you to sign up today. I've got tonight, which is where you are most of them. Sign up tonight. Go there, sign up, get on the system, get included in the round robin, and take advantage of everything that we have to offer for you. So also, if you know any other charities, let them know, because we do these. I do a presentation for charities every Thursday night at New York time at 8 o'clock. So that may be a little early for some of you, and maybe the middle of the night, but I'm sorry, I take that back. It's 2 o'clock. I do a training call at 8 o'clock, but 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which many countries can get on. So if you know any other charities that would like to get involved, get them on the presentation. So that's basically all I have. I appreciate you guys all joining us today. Thank you, John, for setting this up and putting it together for us. And I would say, God bless, and turn it back over to you, John.
All right, thank you very much, Jim and Scott, for that beautiful presentation. I think the challenge is for the people who are attending this session to visit your website, avizu.com, and buy the ticket, and you have a chance of winning a lot of money for your organization. With COVID, the situation, every organization has a challenge of accessing money to run their programs. So go on, visit avizu.com, and you have a chance of getting some money for your organization. I think what we'll do now is take some questions in case people need some clarifications. And after the question and answers, we still have another guest, Joanne Waminja from Stop TB Kenya, will give a session on fundraising during COVID situation. And with the question and answers, I'm going to ask my colleague Beatrice to take charge and moderate that session. Beatrice, let's start taking questions. If you have questions, please raise your hand, and Beatrice will give you a chance to ask your questions to Jim and Scott. Thank you very much, everyone.
Hello,
Any
everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and we'll give you a chance to ask questions.
Any question?
Any questions?
Yes, Alejandro. Can see Alejandro on the chat. Yes, Suleiman, unmute Suleiman. Canon, I think you can go first. Nick, please.
Nick, please unmute Suleiman.
Hello, can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Suleiman.
okay. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Basically, I'm really happy. My name is Suleiman Kanon. I'm a medical doctor. I'm from West Africa. And I've been working actually to support NGOs actually in the health and development sector over the past couple of years. And I just wanted to start by thanking John for making this possible, inviting us actually to this fantastic session, and also thanking Jim and Scott for a fantastic presentation. This looks like a great opportunity for many organizations actually in Africa, and from west to east and north to south. And I really, really appreciate the presentation. Now, I do have two questions basically. I saw in the presentation that you are targeting, maybe small NGOs and the medium and even large organizations who are present in like up to 10 countries. My comment is that usually actually NGOs who need this kind of initiative are small ones who are really struggling actually to get access to their first funding, and usually they are not present in 5 countries nor even more. And my question is, why are you not basically focusing on those who are the neediest organization first before you reach out to bigger organization, for instance, in terms of the the partnership for the charity side of it? This is the question that I wanted to ask. Also, in the presentation, I saw in the organogram that there's a director for Asia only. I saw that only in the organogram. I just wanted to find out why Asia basically only. What about the other continents like Africa, for instance? Why there's no focal person, director, whatever for Africa, for instance? Why is that? Because I do feel, I'm asking this question because from the list of participants, I see that there are so many, English-speaking countries, basically, people who are from English-speaking countries. I didn't see much actually from West Central Francophone-speaking countries. Maybe I spot 1 or 2 people who looks like, they belong to this area. So I'm just saying that because I feel that this is also a great opportunity for Francophone countries, but unfortunately, I don't see many of them actually attending this kind of event. And I'm asking John and the team as well, what are the opportunities also for countries who are not English speaking actually for this kind of initiative? And final comment is about the presentation. I think there's a lot of information, very rich, diverse information, which is fantastic. I think one should sit back and digest all this. But I wanted to suggest, if possible, because you've mentioned, Jim, that we need actually to spread the word, which I'm okay with. But I do feel that for us to easily actually do that, we may need like one single slide with the key things, the key messages, the key message and information we want people that we could use actually to convince people to go for the raffle. If we can summarize the 2 or 3 bullet points in one slide, and so that we can use it for advertisement, stuff like that, that would be very useful. And part of the information that we may want to see in this slide is to have the legal or reliability of the initiative, because there's a lot of initiatives actually online, and people may be asking questions whether this is a reliable, initiative or not. In that one single slide, I think we can summarize what we want people to hear and know in order actually to, to make it attractive to those who will be buying the tickets. And at the same time, we need to convince them that this is really a trustworthy initiative and they should go about it. Be they actually individuals or organizations. I think if we have that one slide, that will help a lot. And once again, thank you very much for the opportunity. I hand back to you. Over.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Great questions. That's a great suggestion. We have been doing most of our promotional thing through our videos, but having a slide that we can give you that you can hand out, we can put something like that. We probably already have it together at this point, and we can get that, and I'll get that to John, and he can get it to you. Regarding the fact that we just have an Asian coordinator. We have he happens to live in Asia and has been part of our organization for a significant amount of time. But we've already just recently added a person in Australia. We've added another person who's dealing with South America and Spanish-speaking countries. At present, we have a global operations coordinator who is reaching out to all countries. So it's not, even though we don't have a specific coordinator for Africa, we are still reaching out to African countries. And we've already had meetings with many of the leaders of African countries through our COO, David Cutler. And over the years, he's met with the leaders of many countries. And they've also done a number of philanthropy projects in African countries, and that's on our heart. That's one of the big things. And if you notice the slides that we showed you, most of those slides were from those pictures were from African countries. So Africa is on our heart, and that's an area that we definitely want to try to help. I'm aware of the statistics that John showed in the video at the start, and we're aware of that, and we want to be able to assist in those areas. I'm trying to remember, did I cover everything for you, Doctor?
Any other questions?
Anything else, Scott, you'd like to add?
No, I don't think, apart from really whether you yourself on the call are in a position to register with Avizu, it may be a question, but obviously you have contacts with your hierarchy or the people that are actually running your organization. If you're not actually running it, maybe you're a smaller cog in the company. Obviously we urge you to get in touch with them, immediately, because as Jim said, as soon as these tickets actually go on sale, which is probably going to be by the end of this month at the latest, that things are going to start moving very, very quickly. And there's only 5 million tickets available for the non-profits. So once they're gone, they're gone. So really you need to get in now and start reserving yourself and getting qualified to get your free tickets.
Okay, let's take another question.
There's a question from Alejandro Condis. Alejandro Condis, you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Alejandro Condis. Next one, you can help unmute him.
Hello?
Yeah,
yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Beautiful. Hello, everybody. Again, thank you for the presentation. Super beautiful. Just my question would be, if I am based on United States, and then I go to what Scott was talking about the presentation, for instance, to try to reach out to the retails outlets. And then I speak with them and they put the banner. My question would be, would they be able to sell or collect the commissions in any way from United States?
If you're in the USA, no, that you can't sell tickets in the USA, unfortunately. It's just one of the places that they don't allow us to do that. But obviously, as a non-profit, we can give you free tickets. And then, as Jim was saying, you can sell them with another item. like a t-shirt or a hat or something, you can add the ticket to it and then obviously sell it at a higher price because the ticket's got a big value. But you can't, unfortunately, sell tickets in the USA.
Would you mind to just explain, like, if there's any reason why, any law or anything per se?
Yes, it's the USA law, I believe.
Well, I can address that. We actually our license would permit us to sell tickets. However, we are opting not to, simply because the United States does not have a raffle license. There are other countries who do not permit any kind of online gaming. And so in deference to those countries, we don't want to step on anybody's toes, and we don't want any of our people to get in trouble. So we are opting not to sell tickets in countries where they say, you know, that's not part of our purview. We don't want to do that. So, but where you can, getting back to your original question, where you can, if you have an outlet, even though you live in the United States, if you have an outlet in a country that does permit ticket sales, by all means, reach out to them and have them come into our associate program, and they can sell tickets in their retail establishments. So
I appreciate for the clarification. Another question would be, if there's any way in the website that we can get the list of the countries that will not allow, besides United States, the countries that will not allow that, so I can have a better idea which country will not be allowed to sell or to collect?
Yes, it is a little bit, it fluctuates a little bit, so that's why we've been a little bit hesitant to put it up, because we're in negotiation with a lot of countries. Matter of fact, we're anticipating at some time in the very near future to be able to sell tickets in the United States. I mean, that's I sit on the management team for the whole organization, and that's one of the things that we're discussing. It's not going to come right away. There's some things that have to come into play before that can happen, but it's on the table. We're working towards that. So that's the reason why we haven't put it up. But if you have a particular country that you're concerned about, you can just send us an email, support@avazoo.com, and we'll say, are these countries available for ticket sales? And they'll respond back with a yay or nay.
Very nice. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
We have Ali Laheb with a
Yes.
question. You raise your hand. Can you
Yes.
ask your question?
Yes, thank you very much for giving me this chance. And we're actually Hope Foundation from Yemen. And I've been participating in so many events with Dr. John, and thank you very much to all of the participants. My question here is it possible for the small organizations, especially like who are in Yemen, and everybody, I mean, all of you know about the situation here in Yemen, how it's catastrophic and very bad. Is there any ways to help like small foundation that they're working in such a difficult situation in Yemen? I'm very positive actually with this program that you're presenting here. But is it going to be useful for us, for example, for the small foundation in order to get
Yes.
some funds?
Yes. Number one, even though you may not get free tickets, you're going to be in our system. And once you apply, and then as you need funds, you can request them. And because you're in our system, we'll already know about you, and the opportunity would be there for you to benefit from that gift or grant. I don't know if this is possible, but just an idea. Maybe somebody could put together a coalition of organizations that would qualify. In other words, if let's say, I think we have, we might have 200 on here. Maybe you could come up with some sort of a coalition that says we're a coalition, we're an organization. This is what we're doing. Now, I don't even know if this is possible or if you could do this, but if you can, that coalition then would qualify for a much larger group, and then you can divvy up the tickets, proportionally. If you had 2,500 free tickets, that goes a long way. And even if you only got 100 each, and I probably would think you'd get more than that. That would help you in a big way. And plus the fact that it helps the entire coalition, and you would just have to set that up so that everybody could benefit in an equal manner by doing it. But again, that's just something thinking off the top of my head. I don't know that that's a possibility, but I know that we will be able to help you down the road, even if you don't qualify for one of the packages. And the main reason we chose larger packages, although some of the smaller packages we can still get some people in, is because we needed the help to get the word out. And some smaller organizations, while we want to help you, and eventually we will help you, it really doesn't help us per se in getting the word out if you don't have a presence in international countries. Now in Africa it's different because you guys already are there and you'll be able to sell tickets. And we'll work with you individually if you have a specific situation that you'd like us to look at. I can present it to our board and we can go from there.
The next question from Adam Diablo. Adam Diablo, you raised your hand. Kindly ask your question.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so hello, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I am Adam Diablo, calling from Liberia. And firstly, I would like to say it is a privilege to be on this fantastic webinar. And as I seen from the list of participants, I may be the only person from West Africa. So it's a real privilege. Besides, I'm calling from a local institution where I serve as the program officer. And at my institution, like many others, local NGOs in Liberia are challenged when it comes to the issue of fundraising, especially diversifying our sources of funding from a point where you are solely relying on a donor to other opportunities that can help improve the fund base of our various institutions. So this webinar is really important to me. So my question I would like to ask is, because I actually came in a bit late due to the variance in the time. So sorry if my questions will backtrack the group in any way. But I would like to ask, because I kept hearing about tickets and ticket sale. So my question is this an opportunity for regular funding platform from donors, or is it a gaming platform that provides an opportunity to enhance our funds? Secondly, I would like to ask, does this institution also give out grants without the purchase of tickets or the sale of tickets? These are the two concerns I have.
The answer to that is yes. I'll answer that right away. Yes. You don't have to purchase tickets in order to be eligible for a grant.
Okay.
All you have to do is submit a request, and the Philanthropy Board will consider it. And we want to help as many people as we possibly can. Let's put it that way.
So small size NGOs in Liberia too are also extended the opportunity to participate.
Absolutely, absolutely. The
Okay,
only thing that we are not doing for the smaller ones is giving free tickets. That's the only difference. Everything else is the same. You have the same opportunity as a large organization to be able to request funds for a project that you're working on. All you have to do is submit it to the Philanthropy Board, and that'll all be explained as we go forward from here.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
We'll take the last one more question from Adugna. Adugna, you can unmute yourself, or Nikon can help unmute yourself, and then you can ask a question. Adugna. Adugna, are you there?
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. My name is Sadunya Lichano. I'm from Ethiopian country. Just I'm working in local NGOs as monitoring, evaluation, learning, and reporting specialist. Now my question is regards to what is the minimum criteria to join the Raffles, or what we call Avazos? Just what is the minimum criteria? Because just it is for my first time just hearing of this the most advanced and the most interested presentation that I have from you. So I'm passionate to hear this such light interested presentation, and I'm just special interested to work with you and just to work for my organization. So what is the minimum criteria is my first question. Thank you.
Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen again here, if I can pull it back up again. Okay, I'm having difficulty getting back into that, but the minimum, the package A presence in 1 to 10 countries. You have to have a social media presence, international 10, which would not be a problem since you're already out there. But the annual donations of $100,000. So it's not huge, but it is it's a threshold. But for that, you get 500 promotional tickets, and I didn't mention this before, but we don't give you the tickets all at the same time. They're done 20% at a time. So with 500, you get 100 at a time. So, but that's the smallest package that we have. And if you have a website, you have to put our information on the website, and then have a social media presence where you can send it out to all the people that you're associated with. That answer your question?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I noticed that only men have asked questions. Let's give one lady a chance just before we wind up on that first session. Let me call upon Nazia Hussein. Nazia Hussein, kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, Jumbo from Nairobi, Kenya. And thank you guys very much for having these webinars for us. Jim, my only question to you is, how did you guys get the inspiration to come up with such a different concept? I mean, it's really cool, trying to discourage greed and encourage good deeds.
Well, it goes back about 10 years. our founder and CEO, Dave Cutler, was involved in he was involved in disaster relief. He was an insurance adjuster for a company that would go in when they would have a disaster here in the United States. And he saw the tremendous need of getting money out to the people that needed it. Because if you look at disasters, many times people are they need the money, but it takes forever for insurance companies or government to come in and help them. And not everybody gets help. Some people get left behind, and he didn't want that to happen. So he said, well, what's going to be the easiest way to do that? And well, we need a lot of money. So what's the first thing that came to mind was a lottery. And but he didn't believe in gambling, and most organizations don't. And so they had to come up with another option, and that's when they decided a raffle would give the excitement of a lottery without the negative aspects. And so therefore they decided. And then he had a children's home in Oklahoma that with the Native Americans that he was trying to help as well. And he thought, well, if we do this, we could raise money for that organization. Well, pretty soon they realized that they were going to raise a whole lot more money than the organization in Oklahoma needed. And so he said, well, let's make it worldwide. And so that's how the concept was birthed, and it's grown from there, and it's become much bigger, gotten many more celebrity endorsements and organizations. Like I mentioned before, Dave has already met with many leaders of foreign countries. Most leaders are very receptive to what we're trying to do. They want us to be there to help. And it's just a matter now of putting the final, maybe one or two pieces together in our puzzle so that we can begin selling tickets and begin fulfilling this goal. Does that answer your question?
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for those that have asked questions. For those that did not get an opportunity to ask questions and we still have more questions, we have in our chat section, we have email addresses. You can always send your questions, your concerns to those emails. Jim and Scott, thank you for this wonderful presentation.
Okay, thank you. I've also put my details into the chat. So they've got my email, my Skype, my Facebook. So if anybody's got any more information they want to get, I'm happy to help them if anyone contacts me. And of course, they've also got the Avizu website and the YouTube channel, which has many videos explaining all different aspects of the company. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll go to our next session, but before then, we'll bid Scott and Jim goodbye for now. Until next time. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you.
For putting up that big presentation.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Yes, we appreciate the opportunity to share it with you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Our next session, on to our next presenter. The next session will be presented by Victorine Ontari. Victorine, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Victorine is our training manager, Strategia Netherlands. Victorine will shed more light on the various programs offered by Strategia Netherlands. Welcome, Victorine.
Thank you very much. Can you all see my screen? Is it clear? Hello? Can you hear me, Beatrice?
Yes, I can hear you, Victorine.
Okay, good. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the lovely presentation to Scott and Jim. Very, very informative stuff. As Beatrice has mentioned, the training manager, Strategia Netherlands. We are one of the sponsors for this fundraising webinar, and we do a number of different webinars. So I just want to take a bit of your time to tell you a little bit about what we do and some of the opportunities we have for the participants of this webinar. So Strategia Netherlands is an international organization based in the Netherlands, and we focus on offering kind of humanitarian capacity building training. We have had more than 10 years experience in the industry, focusing mostly on courses and capacity building within the NGO. We have trained students and people from over 15 different countries, and we've also worked with a number of very, very key organizations. At the bottom of your screen, I don't know if you can see it clearly, are some of the people that we've worked with. USAID, for example, UN Women, the World Health Organization, as well as the Ministry of Health in Kenya. Different courses on offer. We have more than 200 exciting humanitarian courses. I won't go into them because 200 is a big number to get through, but just to mention a few of our most popular ones. We have grants management, monitoring and evaluation. We have a few professionals in that field in the audience today. We also do postgraduate diploma in water sanitation, and hygiene, project management, conflict management, disaster management, and fundraising and proposal writing. We've had a few webinars in this area, and I think it relates quite closely to the topic of today. Our courses are divided into 3 main categories. So we have certificate courses. They go for 3 months at a cost of 500 euros. We have diploma courses that go for 6 months at a cost of 800 euros. And then we have our postgraduate diplomas that go for 1 year at a cost of 1,200 euros. Now, the most I would say standout thing about the courses we offer are 2: the e-learning aspect of it and the self-paced. So e-learning is more or less like what is going on here, where you're learning through online mode or the online format. The self-paced is because most of our students are professionals, like I assume most of you are, and they don't necessarily have the time to have a set 8 to 5 university level schedule. We've organized our courses in a way that you are able as a student to kind of manage out your time to make sure that you're able to complete the courses that we offer. Now, in terms of the intake, we have 2 regular intakes every month. That is the 1st of the month and the 15th of the month. And we do this to allow for almost everyone who would want to ideally start the courses to partake in it. If you're interested in any of this, you can always just send an email to info@strategianetherlands.eu, and we will kind of guide you through that process. Now, for the lucky people within this webinar today, we have a special offer for you. We have a kind of promo for 20% off on all our courses for the December and January intake. So if you're interested in starting within the next two months, you can just send an email to this email address, and we'll be able to kind of guide you on the application process. If you'd like to know more about the courses we have on offer beyond what I've just talked about, for example, humanitarian logistics, different levels of fundraising, we also do procurement, whatever field you're in, be it humanitarian or the just general business courses, you can just send an email to that number. You can check out our website for more information. Just to go back to the special promo, 20% off on all our courses for the December and January intake. Thank you, Beatrice.
Thank you so much, Victorine.
Yep.
Thank you for that great presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, our next presenter is Joan Waminja, is from Stop TB, Kenya, and she's going to present fundraising tips during COVID-19 situations. Joan, are you there? Joan Waminja. Joan? Joan, let's give her more time.
She said her battery was running down. So I think you can take 2 more questions as she's sorting herself. There is a question from Barclays Zihindula as we wait for Joanne. Maybe you can take that question.
Okay, thank you. Zihindula, kindly unmute yourself. Becky Zindula. Nikron, you can help.
Oh, okay, thank you so much. I was trying to unmute my microphone. Yes, hello everyone. I'm Becky Masheka, the coordinator of a local organization here in Bukavu, Eastern DRC, named PAPRO for Actors. Yes, my question was on the first presentation regarding the ticket. So I was trying to ask if there is a possibility to pay the ticket by PayPal account, because maybe that can help instead, can be quicker and easy for us. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Becky Zindula.
Didn't you hear me?
I heard you clearly.
Hello, hang on. Yeah, unfortunately, I think, hold on, Jim is still here. Are you still there listening, Jim? Because I'm not able to answer that question, I'm afraid. Did you say, can you pay with PayPal? Was that what you said?
Yes, please. Yes, yes.
No, I mean, we're for ticket sales, we're using QR codes. And in fact, I believe Abazu aren't actually the ones taking the money. It's going straight into an escrow account. So it's a different company that actually takes the money. But it's we're using escrow. We're using I think you can use many different. You can use credit cards, debit cards. I think PayPal is an option. Some of the other online facilities for actually paying the card, yeah. But it's all done through a QR code. So basically, when the tickets go on sale, they're not actually on sale at the moment. It's say we're waiting for a few things just to tie together. They're expecting it to go live by the latest the end of this month. Could be a bit sooner. Yes. And you'll basically click on the QR code, and it will take you to a website to purchase a ticket. And you can use very different methods for payment. Yeah.
Thank you.
But of course, as a non-profit, if you qualify, you can get free tickets. Yeah. Depends on the size of the organization.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You can take
I
one more
might be able to
question.
add something. I might be able to add something to that real quick. I need to go back to our company, and we need to develop something where we can allow you to some sort of a program where you can get in our system and be able to sell tickets, and even not just give them away, but sell them in your country so that you can participate in that and get a commission from doing that. And right now we don't have anything in place for that, but that's something that as the director of the program, I'm going to push for and see if we can't get that done for you. And if we do, we will let John know, and John can let everyone know that it's available to you in addition to the opportunity for the free tickets.
Okay, one more question. Any other question? Any other person with a question? Let's find out if John is back. John or Ninja? Okay, our next presenter, Rachel. Rachel, are you in? Rachel, can you hear me? Nikron, can you help Rachel unmute? Rachel? I can't hear you clearly.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Rachel. Thank you, Scott and Jim, for that lovely presentation. I'm sure every one of us has gotten to learn a few things, and I'm sure we are also going to join this course. And I am a training manager at Capacity Africa, which is an affiliate of Strategia Netherlands, and I have a presentation for us today. And now I need to share my screen. Yeah. So Capacity Africa is a development and a humanitarian training provider in Africa, and our headquarters are in Nairobi, Kenya. We achieve this through developing and implementing high-quality consultancy projects, delivering innovative capacity building solutions for United Nations agencies, the government, and the NGOs and private individuals in Africa. The institution has conducted training all over the world in countries such as Kenya, South Sudan, Uganda, Somalia, Tanzania, Rwanda, South Africa, and many more. We offer online courses which are classified under business courses, development courses, and humanitarian courses, which are offered in certificate, diploma, and postgraduate diploma. For the certificate courses, they go for $500 for a period of 3 months. The diploma, $800 for a period of 6 months, and the postgraduate diploma, $1,200 for a period of 12 months. The benefits of the online courses are they are internationally prepared training materials. The training materials have already gone through research and global practices that are all over and are being used all over. There's an in-depth pre-course analysis. We have real-life case studies so that it helps with the students and open the sort of kind of critical thinking in analyzing problems and solutions all over. There's comprehensive course materials. There's exposure to world best practices and management and leadership. And also when you interact with our online platform, you're able to interact with your peers. Hence, you're able to exchange ideas here and there and be able to apply them in the different fields that you're in. Some of the online courses that we offer are managing development projects and organizations. There's public health, strategic planning and management, conflict management, leadership and management, humanitarian courses, procurement and supply chain, malaria and HIV management course, there's community development course, and there's water, sanitation, and hygiene. For more information, you can visit our website at www.capacityafrica.com. And we currently have December intake ongoing, and registration is intake is normally the first of every month. And we have a 20% discount for all the participants of today's webinar. And this offer is valid for a period of 1 month. So you can register on the email below, info@capacityafrica.com. Thank you so much for listening to me. And I do look forward to having you join our institution. Thank you. Back to you, Beatrice.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for that great presentation. Let me make the last call. Joan Waminja. If Joan is not back with us, I'll just take this opportunity to thank everyone, especially the team that worked tirelessly to ensure that this day is a success. Thank you so much, John, Karegwa, Jim, and Scott for the great presentations, Rachel, Victorine, the technical team led by Nikron, members of staff, and every single individual who participated in today's webinar. You took your time out of your busy schedule and were able to be with us up to this point. I thank you so much and I wish you all the best. Suleiman Cannon, I can see you have a raised hand. Suleiman Cannon.
Yes, excuse me. I do have a question. Sorry. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Yes.
Can you hear me well? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, my question, if I look at the, the mission of Capacity Africa, the courses that you are offering and the cost of the courses, it looks like exactly the same as Strategia Netherlands. So my question is to find out what is the difference between the two. That's number one question. And also, what is your long-term vision actually for the whole of Africa? Because I see the country that you are targeting are mostly East and Southern Africa. What about the rest of Africa? Do you have like a long-term vision? And because we are kind of willing actually to have like some strategic partnership to make sure that the courses you are offering can also benefit, from other countries that are not East or West, Southern Africa, nor English speaking, because the trainings are very good. And we are thinking that maybe it can benefit from others also in West and Central Africa, especially Francophone countries. Thank you. Over.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you,
John?
Dr. Cannon. I think I can answer that one, Dr. Cannon. Obviously, the question you've asked is Capacity Africa is based in Africa, in Nairobi, Kenya, and Strategia Netherlands is based in the Netherlands, but they complement each other. As you know, there's a lot of humanitarian development work happening in Africa. So Capacity Africa basically handles programs for Africa, and Strategia Netherlands handles the programs for the rest of the world. But that doesn't mean that you cannot apply for a course in any of the two institutions. Of course, the other question you've asked is, why are we not targeting Francophone Africa? We also have a program, like we've had the discussion with you, targeting a French-speaking population, and the program is active. Actually, we've had a few webinars also in French. So we should invite you in one of the upcoming French programs for different courses, project management, monitoring and evaluation, and so on and so forth. I hope I've answered your question, and we've been in discussion, and so I will be sending you the proposal for training for your countries. Thank you very much for the support.
Absolutely. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the great presentations. Joan is back. Joan?
Please unmute her so she can handle the presentation. And thank you for your patience. Joan? Nick, please unmute Joan.
It seems that we've lost Joan again.
I think we have to. Is she back?
Not yet, not yet. We can take one question. I can see Dubna's hand is up. Nikon, can you hear me?
Okay, thank you. I do not have more questions, but is it possible to share the slides that are presented regards to the NGO fundraising, excluding of capacity, because it's just training. More of I does not hear due to connection problem. So is it possible if it is shared? Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dubna. I think we can ask Jim and Scott to share whatever they have and we'll share with you. But you can still watch this program on our YouTube channel. Visit Strategia Netherlands on YouTube, and the video will be up tomorrow, among other over 20 webinars that we have conducted in the last few months. Very, very resourceful. There's a webinar on monitoring and evaluation. This is the 4th webinar on fundraising. There's a lot of great resource there. Project management, water and sanitation, grants management, proposal writing, many. And tomorrow, 10 o'clock CET, Amsterdam time, we have a webinar on monitoring and evaluation and water and sanitation. You're welcome to sign in. I think Nikron can share the link in the chat for those who want to participate in tomorrow's webinar. And please subscribe to our page so that whenever we upload the video, you get to be invited, and you can learn for free. And also sign in, contact our coordinators for any of the courses. I think there's someone who has raised their hand. Becky has a question. Then we can close. And we thank everyone for participating. We will continue bringing you, our partners, this resource as much as we can.
Okay, thank you. Excellent.
Hello.
Becky has a question. Yes, please proceed.
Yes, please. I have a question. I have started to register to Abazu, and I found out that they ask annual donation. I want to know, is the annual donation to Abazu website different than the money we have to pay to the ticket, the cost of a ticket and the Abazu annual registration fee?
The money that the donation that we're asking for is not donation to Abazu. It's how much money you raise in donations for yourself. In other words, how much? In other words, we're not asking you for any money. It doesn't cost anything to join our program.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's just how much money do you raise personally? How much money does your organization raise during the course of the year? That's what we're looking for, because that shows us the size of the organization. And because if we're going to give the free tickets away, we want to give it away to organizations that are going to be able to be mutually beneficial for us and for them.
All right. You mean at the website when you register, when it is said annual donation, you just put how much one organization can raise. That
right.
Is
how much?
Different.
What do you bring in annual donations every year? Your personal organization. Your personal organization. Not for us, just for you.
Good. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone.
Samu Daniel has a question.
Daniel, kindly unmute. Nikon, please help Daniel unmute.
Yeah. Good afternoon, small. Hello, are you with me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Joanne is back. Can you invite her, please? Joanne, please unmute Joanne.
Yes, good evening. I'm already in.
Thank you. Please proceed. Thank you. And sorry for the inconveniences. Take us through your session. Thank you.
Sorry about that, John. I was trying to look for somewhere that I can charge my phone.
Okay.
With that said, I want to appreciate Jim and Scott for the wonderful presentation that they've done. And indeed, they made fundraising look so easy. And I I know it is going to be easy, even from the presentation that I'll be making. We'll just see how easy it is, so long as you know where it is to look for. Allow me to share my screen, and I know we are time barred, so I'll not take too much of your time so that we can go about our day with ease. I'm having challenges trying to find my window, so bear with me. In a few, we should be up. So my name is Joanne, and I'm making this presentation on behalf of Evelyn. You can all see the screen. We can see the screen. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Now, I'll quickly talk about fundraising and resource mobilization for NGOs, not specifically during this COVID time, but in general, and we'll see what place we have at this time when we have COVID. And the question is here, where is the money? When you're thinking about fundraising, you're thinking about where it is that you're going to get your money. And any organization requires money to be able to run. So we'll see just how then they can go about it. As it says here in my first page, it is not about money. Resource mobilization is about many other things. There is human resource, there is financial, other things that require money, not necessarily financial. I want to start by defining what is resource mobilization. And in the part that we were taken through earlier, we saw that this is an organization that is looking out to give out money to support the communities. So then what is our role as non-governmental organizations? So resource mobilization is one of the roles that we have to play, which is the process of identifying and obtaining resources for an organization or a project or even an initiative. And this is what we're calling new business development. It could also be continuity of business. What does it involve? It also involves making better use of what we already have existing and maximizing on any other resources that are available within our organizations. So some of the examples that we can think about are finances, where you're looking for the physical money to do various activities. We are looking for physical capital. We are looking for office space. We are looking for human resource. We are looking for experience that probably would add value to our work. And we're also looking for other skills and expertise. So resource mobilization is diverse. So what do you need to do as an organization? The number one very important thing is to identify your need. Why do you need the resources? What do you need to do? What do you need to achieve? What need are you responding to? And what is your implementation strategy? Do you need this money for charity, or do you need this money to effectively achieve certain goals that you have set for your organization? And more importantly, you need to have a budget for it. When you're going out to look for resources, it's important for you to know, what do you want to do with this money and how much of it do you require? And many of us will find are based on the capacity we have as organizations. So what are some of the questions we need to ask ourselves before doing resource mobilization? And I've mentioned one, do I need the resources or funds? Who is this that has these funds? And this is a very key question that we need to ask ourselves. We need to be able to know who has this money that we are looking for. Many companies and organizations have resources, but they may not be able to match the needs that we are looking for those resources because they may have other interests that they want to focus on. Then ask yourself, how do you get to them? We are privileged today to have people coming to us to talk to us about the Raffle. This is an opportunity for us to get money. And I was listening into even the questions that arose after the presentation. And I knew by the end of this, many of the organizations represented here will be seeking out for this funding. This is a golden opportunity for those that are eligible, because then you know where that money is. Then what do I need to get the funds? Preparation is key when you are looking for resources. Some few tips about fundraising. You need to know the needs of your organization. which is this area that you want to do the implementation? What are your areas of operation? Who exists within those areas of operation? Who supports who within that your area of operation? The type of work that you do, why you're doing it is very, very important. What is your budget? When and for how long do you require that particular funding? Once you ask yourself these questions and you're able to answer them, then you go ahead and start looking for the donors that match your needs. What do you need to do? Many a times we think that we can walk into an organization and ask them for resources, but you need to do a lot of background checks. And where do you get this information? You check on the websites, you read reports of these partners. Some of these partners are the ones that are doing similar work with you. And here you're looking out for who are their supporters, who are their donors, so that you can also match yourself based on the kind of work that you do together to be able to identify the donor that can actually fit your needs in terms of giving you resources. Another very important aspect is to check on the donor application guidelines. And in the next slide, we are going to see some of the things that some donors would actually be asking of you that you would be void of, that will actually take money away from you. But when you are prepared well enough, then you'd be able to have a very solid request and proposal, or request for proposal that fits the needs of your donors, as well as the areas of operation. When you're looking for resources, it's not an easy process. As I said, you have to prepare yourself very well. So you put in a lot of time, you put in a lot of expertise. For some of the organizations that are too small, you need to hire somebody to do it. So you do not want to get it wrong from the word go. So it's very, very important for us to be able to check out what are the requirements of these resources before we reach out for them. The other thing is to network and reach out to these donors. Know their priorities. If it pays, you can visit their offices and tell them you would like to know what it is they support, what areas of support. And you can ask any questions that you have, and they'll be able to respond. So that as you focus on looking for the resources that this donor possesses, then you're hitting it where it is right. Another very important thing, and I've mentioned, is to develop a very, very good application. You need to be able to follow the instructions very well, ensure that everything you put in, if they require any particular document, it is right there in the package that you're giving. And very importantly, focus on what the donor wants to achieve. Follow up, and you need to be perseverant. Fundraising is a long-term endeavor, and it takes time and effort. Today, you will knock on this particular door and not get something. Do not give up. Ensure that you keep knocking these doors. The fact that you are not given a grant this particular period, and we heard about the Raffles. You may apply, but you don't get it. But so long as you're in their system, they will always consider you for the future when there is an opportunity that suits your organization as well as your objectives. Another very important thing we forget about ourselves, we need to be able to portray ourselves as a lion that you see before your screen. You need to ensure that you talk about your organization everywhere so that your organization is known. And then focus on also your achievements. Talk about your achievements so that people can know this is what it is that this organization is doing. Any single opportunity that you have to display your achievements is also very, very key. So where can you apply this information? Have a website so that anybody who would want to know this organization exists, what does it do? They don't have to look for that information. They can quickly go to your website or even your social media handles, and they'll be able to learn from that. Then is there a documented evidence to demonstrate the achievements? Some of these things may appear big, but they don't have to be big. You can do your annual reports. You can share them on social media handles. You can share them on your website so that people can read the achievements that you have done within a particular community. And from this, they'll be able to match whether what it is you're asking for is something that they can relate to in terms of you delivering based on the request that you're putting through. And then very, very important, you must have organizations that talk well about you. Who would give reference about you? What would they say about you as an organization? So networking is not just thinking about your own objectives and their visions and mission. It is important to work with other organizations so that when they are asked, they have something to talk about you. Or even you can develop a collaboration with them. A few things of what not to do. It is important for you, as we said earlier, that you approach a donor who has an interest in what you're doing or in your area of operation, and more so even in an area of your country. We just heard that USA, you cannot buy the tickets from USA. This is very, very important information so that you don't get yourself into a position that you will not get the assistance that you require, or you will not get the benefits that a project or a charity is giving just because you did not get the right information. And you will have had some effort spent on it. So approach a donor who has an interest in what it is you're doing. Do not approach one who has no interest even in your area of operation. Not just area in terms of physical location, but also in terms of focus and target. Then do not ask for money from a donor that doesn't match your organization. And I want to explain this a little bit. There are some organizations that give huge organization resources, and then those organizations would then scale down that resource to smaller organizations. So know your worth, know where you sit, so that as you're requesting for support, then you're looking for support from an organization that supports the scale at which your organization is at. Then do not ask for funding without understanding the priorities of that particular person that you're asking for. You could be asking money for HIV and AIDS, and the organization that you're looking for money from deals with a different aspect altogether. So do your homework well so that you ensure the efforts that you're putting in are targeted to a donor that is able to give you finances and resources. So do not ask for funding without understanding the landscape. Doing background checks, I had mentioned that, very, very important. You need to do background checks for the organization so that you know where the focuses are. And this does not just apply for donors, it also applies for corporates, because we know there are corporates who do CSRs for organizations. Now, what are some of these tools that you require? The quality of your proposal needs to beat the basic requirements that are specified in the request for proposal. And we cannot underestimate that information. There are some proposals that are thrown out at the onset just because basic requirements were not met. One of which could be even the registration of your organization or your NGO. So it's very, very important to stay keen on what the proposal is asking for. Ensure there is professionalism in how it is written. It's very clear in terms of the goals and objectives, and it is responding to the request based on how the donor wants to spend their money or resources. Then another important thing is to ensure that it has a very comprehensive M&E framework. Most donors or funders always would ask for at least a 30% of the M&E. So many a times we forget to assign enough money under M&E, and hence we are not able to demonstrate impact at the end of it all. So ensure that the M&E is very, very comprehensive. The budget should be very reasonable and should be within the allowed limits. Let us ensure that we do not exaggerate for certain activities. Remember, these donors or these funders have internal reviewers who understand our context, and hence they will be looking at reasonability of our budgets or our requests based on the current situation that we are at in each particular country. We've talked about the attachments, ensure they are there. And then formatting. Many of us do not take time to format our work. So as you send out this proposal, ensure that the fonts and the style and the size are suitable for that particular session. Let's not have other places where you have big fonts and others you have very small fonts. Formatting is a very important aspect in terms of presentation of your work. It shows how keen you are in terms of details. Some of the strategies that you can employ in resource mobilization is forming coalitions with other organizations, partnering with others so that you can promote efficiency. Networking is also another important bit, as well as leveraging on other organizational resources. Earlier, we said that when you're looking at resource mobilization, even the way you utilize what is in existence also matters. So in situations where you're able to leverage on the efforts or even the experiences and competences of other organizations, then that is also a strategy of ensuring that you're using your resources effectively, and including even office space. What opportunities exist for us? We've talked about the call for proposals, where the donor reaches out through whatever communication channel that they may choose to do, requesting for submissions on their request for proposals. That would be one aspect of looking for opportunities for funding. We have online funding. An example is a crowdfunding. We have trading, selling of things. We also have individuals who are philanthropic enough to be able to donate to the various organizations. Again, we need to be seeking out for these opportunities because they are there. Many people would want to give, but they just don't know how. Then through CSRs, corporate social responsibilities from the corporates is also another opportunity for us. And what we need to do is ensure that we are timely in terms of our requests. The corporates are there, they have an assigned budget for this, and we need to tap into it. And how do we tap into it? Ensuring that we are on time in terms of requesting, and we also understand them on the objectives that they would want to achieve as a corporate. Then we have in-kind gifts, we have legacies. There are people who leave wills and trusts that would be able to support various community activities. So these are opportunities that we can have. We have grants. Many organizations now are giving grants to small organizations. So we need to tap into this and looking at some of the websites that, for example, Fund for NGOs is able to give us opportunities as they arise, and we can tap into this. We just need to pay a small minimal subscription and we are able to get this information. Then we have campaigns, and finally we have financial endowments, not forgetting the raffles that we have just talked about. So these are some of the few opportunities that we could list here for where you can get funding. Now, a few things that I'd mentioned we'll talk about that for you to be successful in terms of resource mobilization, then you need to have very good governance. Governance ensures that the resources that are entrusted with you then are used effectively. So even as we look out for resources, let's ensure that small things, we put them into place. And these are lessons we've gathered over time from our own experiences of the organization, and then ensure, of course, that the board is structured well enough to be able to manage and maintain the organization. Structures are very, very important. Staff organogram. You may have 1 or 2 or 3 staff, but there should be a future for that particular organization. Do you intend to grow, and how do you intend to grow? So again, the strategic plan that you have in place, what does it say, or how does it prepare you for the future? So that if a donor would want to come and actually fund you for a bigger project, then you have a vision already of where it is you would want to be at moving forward. Physical presence is also very key. You need to have a physical office. I know many of us would take shortcuts and say now with COVID times, we are working from home. But again, this is a disadvantage to you because people need to find you at and when they need you. So physical presence in a certain area or in a place is very, very important. Then the legal status. You should be legally registered, the financial status, your books should be very much in order, and then you need to comply to all the regulations that go with finances and other obligations. The policies need to be in place, the constitution. Small things like unsigned constitutions can actually cost you resources. Not having a strategic plan can cost you resources, and also other things like financial manuals and procurement manuals. Your procedures need to be sound because again, these are places where we find loopholes that would actually take off our, and do not give us direction in terms of how we spend our resources. We've talked about the history of your achievements, documentation. Documentation is very important. We always say in M&E that if something was not documented, then it was not done. So again, for the organization, you cannot just be speaking. You need to be seen to have done something. And the only way is to document that which you do at any one given time. So let's not forget our achievements, even as we pursue other achievements. And then of course, that recognitions, but the powers that need to be very, very key. Do you work under an umbrella organization? For example, in our TB work, we work under the National TB Program from Kenya. So if the National TB Program does not recognize us, then at the end of the day, if they are asked by the funder, do you know these people? They will say, we do not know them. So again, it's very, very important to have recognition by the powers that need to do that. This is my last slide. And here we just want to talk about the challenges that we would face when we are doing resource mobilization. And one of the challenges that we faced as a country, giving an example of my country, Kenya, is a dwindling funds from the development partners. Right now, there is shortage of resources from the donors. So there is need, of course, to think about domestic resource. How then do we look for internal resources so that we can support our activities? So creativity here is key. As we go back to the slide that I talked about, we have in-kind gifts, we have individual donors, we have grants and trusts and wills and things like that. We need to look into our internal resources and see how we can support our activities, because the donor is slowly taking away their money. Then there is reprioritization of development partners due to improved economic status of a country. In the case of Kenya, Kenya is now a low middle income country. So of course that comes with its own challenges, that of course there'll be reprioritization of certain resources to other countries or even to other interests. So again, that's something we need to be focusing on, that in the future, more resources will be redirected elsewhere. There is emerging and competing issues. And in this case, we are talking about COVID. Internal conflicts affect us, not just internal, but even external conflicts that affect our neighboring countries. And again, resources are redirected there. So these are challenges that we are likely to face in the coming future when we are resource mobilizing. Then advancement in technologies that necessitate a change in approach to health and other issues. Right now, machine is taking over man. So again, we expect that some of this will also continue affecting how then we are supported even in terms of human resource in our organizations and so on. So that is my last slide. Unless there are any questions, I would want to pause there and not take too much of your time. Over to you, Beatrice.
Thank you so much, Joan. Thank you for such an informative session. We'll take 3 questions. Any questions? Odell Wickman, do you have a question? Nikron, help him unmute.
Yeah, I can see a question on the chat box. Why do you have to beg for funding? Are Africans international beggars? That's a very good question. And I think that is why we said we need to look internally and see how can we fundraise by ourselves without having to depend on development partners. So those are bold steps. Those are things that we need to think about as countries, as Africans, and actually start seeing how then we can support ourselves. But I agree with you, we are not international beggars, but we know for sure we are not at the level of the other countries. So we still need a bit of their support to be able to kickstart ourselves.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the wonderful explanation. Any other questions? There seems to be no other questions. So thank you everyone for your patience. Thank you. Thank you for the time that you've taken to be with us today. Just a reminder, tomorrow we still have, Peter Kagai. Peter Kagai, your hand is up. Nikron, kindly help him unmute. Yes, Peter.
Yes, I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. I think I'm so happy and this is timely, and I want to take this opportunity to thank whoever informed me about this training going in Wagner, because I represent one of very marginalized groups that were recognized in Kenya known as intersex. I represent an organization by the name Association of Intersex Parenthood, having gone through challenges on the same, and now we have a registered organization which now requires funds and such. So I'm so happy for the training and what I've gone through. But finally, I would like to ask, due to the nature of the parents, especially who handle these children, and also the intersex fraternity, they are very marginalized. I would want to propose and to let everybody know, because possibly I might be one representing that group, because they are so much marginalized. Could there be maybe a scholarship for training, because we are newly founded and we want to change the challenges of intersex children and their families, change their stigma to strength, fear to freedom. So we are also human beings, our children are human beings, and it is good having been part of this webinar. It's so happy, so blessings, and I've learned a lot. But we need to see who can support them, and especially Kenya recognized them through the last census. We hope in the near future there will still be passing of some bills to recognize this family. And as one of them, I've gone through much challenges. But when we get people to support us, local and international, we sincerely appreciate. Thank you so much, and I appreciate anybody who may have maybe or possibly give a scholarship for training for us to manage the organization well. It's highly welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kagei.
Yeah, Beatrice, thank
Yes.
you. I see a question on the chat box.
Yes,
Allow me
from
to read it.
Nepal.
Yeah, thank you for nice presentation. How do we find the right donor and know the network of donors on particular issues that we work at? I don't have a direct answer to how we can find the right donor, but looking for resources is not an easy feat. You need to do a lot of research. I just mentioned one website that you can get information about the various donors and what it is they have in terms of grants or even resources. And one of them is Info for NGOs. It has a small subscription. I also believe DevEx does. And I'm also seeing these webinars as opportunities for us to be able to get linked to some of the donors and the opportunities that they may be able to provide for us. So there is no one right or wrong way, but again, networking through our having conversations, we are able to identify some of these donors and how they can support our work. But research is important. Just reading about what it is they do and also reading our partner reports. And I mentioned that in my presentation. You may have other partners who are doing the same work that you are doing. Do they have annual reports? Who do they associate themselves with? How do they get supported? You could also be part of that team that gets supported. Or even if you're not supported, then you could be part of the coalition and you could also get resources. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John, for the clarification and explanation. Right now, I just want to remind us about tomorrow's webinar. It's on monitoring and evaluation and water and sanitation. You can still join in. The link is on the chat session. You can still be able to join us this month, next month, for courses that you may wish to participate in, for the courses, the programs that you may wish to join in, either under Capacity Africa or Strategia Netherlands. You're welcome. You're also welcome to follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more information on the webinars. You'll still find more information, more webinars that are related to fundraising, related to proposal writing, monitoring and evaluation. Yes, so you're welcome to subscribe. Right now, I'll take the last question from Hassani Kimbweni. Hassani, can you hear me?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Hassani.
Hello.
My name is Hassan Kimbwembe from Tanzania. So maybe I need more clarification from John on crowdfunding, online crowdfunding. That's all. Is it clear?
Yes, go again. I lost you for a bit.
So I said maybe can you clarify on how to make resource mobilization through crowdfunding?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not mute. Okay. Crowdfunding just means it's an English word, yes, that you get resources from involving many people to actually contribute small amounts of money through various engines, like for example, GoFund, where you start a story or you post in something and then people contribute based on how they feel about the situation that you have presented in that particular statement. So one of them is like GoFund. You can just Google and see GoFund. That is one example of a crowdfunding.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Joan, for the wonderful presentation. We'll now stop there. I will thank everyone for their patience. For all the presenters, thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. And we hope to meet you tomorrow. We hope to meet everyone who is here tomorrow for tomorrow's webinar. So each and everyone is free to leave at their own pleasure. Goodbye.
Thank you, John. Bye.
It's no secret that Africa is the next frontier, and you can be the next big investor. At Strategia Business School, we'll offer you a monthly masterclass that will help you build your network among respected entrepreneurs and business leaders and guide you on the opportunities available and how to mitigate any challenges of investing in Africa. Our African Business Club will also introduce you to our team of African business mentors and fellow investors, all tailored to your very own needs. Among the modules covered are doing business in Africa, raising investment and trade finance, importing from Africa and exporting to Africa, agribusiness opportunities in Africa, and understanding the African market. You can also register for online diploma business courses with a flexible learning schedule. Some of our courses include Diploma in Digital Marketing, Diploma in Sales and Marketing, Diploma in Finance Management, and Diploma in Logistics Management. Certificate courses run for 3 months, while diploma courses run for 6 months, and you can register at the beginning of every month. The cost for certificate courses is 500 euros, while diploma courses cost 800 euros. Take action and register today. For more information, contact info@strategiabusiness.com or visit www.strategiabusiness.com. Are you interested in building a career in the development and humanitarian sector? Then, Strategia Netherlands is the best option for you. We offer training solutions to the United Nations, governments, NGOs, and other development organizations worldwide. Make your online application now for Diploma in Monitoring and Evaluation, Diploma in Grants Management, Diploma in Conflict Management, Diploma in Disaster Management, Diploma in Water, Sanitation and Hygiene, and many more. The cost for diploma courses is 800 euros, while postgraduate courses cost 1,200 euros. Visit www.strategianetherlands.nl for more information. Did you know that 67% of Africans don't have access to proper housing, 56% have no access to water, and 79% have no access to food? These are the grim statistics of challenges facing Africa today, even as the continent works to develop. This development demands for well-trained personnel. At Capacity Africa Training Institute, we have been leading the charge in changing Africa's fortunes. We are the leading development training company in Africa, offering institutional training solutions and online and distance learning in business, development and humanitarian courses. Over the last 10 years, we have trained over 10,000 staff from NGOs, governments and the United Nations in Africa. Our catalog consists of over 200 career-focused online courses to choose from, and registration for diploma and postgraduate courses is now open for the following courses. Postgraduate Diploma in Monitoring and Evaluation. Postgraduate Diploma in Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. Diploma in Community Development. Postgraduate Diploma in Strategic Planning and Management. Postgraduate Diploma in Grants Management. Diploma in Project Management. Diploma in Nutrition and Dietetics. Diploma in Gender and Development. Diploma in Leadership and Management. Diploma in Finance Management for NGOs, and many more. We have also partnered with the European International University to offer an executive MBA. Once you register, you will have access to our team of experienced trainers and specialist consultants who will guide you on your course whenever you need them. The cost for diploma courses is $800, while postgraduate courses cost $1,200. The cost of a one-year MBA course is €1,500. Visit www.capacityafrica.com for more information. Are you